Hello my crafty friends and welcome back to another Mixed Media Tuesday. Today I'm going for a completely different type of project. We are going to make together this advent calendar. It's a project that you can use again and again every year in your home, or it is also great as a gift. When you see the whole project finished, it may look complicated, but trust me, it is really easy to put together. I'm going to show you all the steps. I also made sure that it's not time consuming as you think, so it is definitely a project that you can put together in one evening. So to start with, you need the base. I went with this wooden base that I found on Amazon. This is by Artemio and they have an amazing variety of advent calendars. There are 24 drawers in this advent calendar, and I love the fact that they are quite big and that they have different sizes. So for example, you get a bigger one to add crayons inside and another small one that you can add just a lipstick, or other bigger ones that they can fit even a pair of socks. Also, this is really big. It is 40 by 40 in centimeters, or about 16 by 16 inches. And of course, there are so many different things that you can do on top of them to decorate them. First of all, you can cover up all the little boxes with pattern paper. But however, this is time consuming if you want to do that for 24 boxes. But if you craft 12 by 12 pattern papers, you can definitely do it. Now, instead I'm going to use a 6 by 6 pad. I'm not going to use background papers to cover up the boxes. However, I'm going to fuzzy cut some of the images from this paper pad. I'm also going to use some Rub-ons and the whole pack of these ephemera. These are all from the Stamperia collection, which is called Classic Christmas. Now keep in mind, if you decide to cover up all those boxes with pattern paper, you need to accommodate the gap, which is going to make life difficult. If you want, you can turn it around so you can have perfect rectangles or squares. However, you need to find a way to add a handle. Personally, I don't want to spend so much time on the background, that's why I'm going to use my acrylic paints. For this background I decided to go with grey, which I'm going to mix up a little bit with white, just to make it a bit lighter. And if you are wondering why I picked cool grey for the background, is because I will be using all those greens and reds, the traditional colors of Christmas, and it is going to look super busy if I go with greens and reds at the background as well. I'm going to mix up my two colors and I will cover up only the front. I'm not going to bother with the back, the inside or whatever. Just the front is fine. This is going to speed up the process, and I'm not even using primer for the first layer. Just one layer will do. However, spray paint is definitely an option. It is quick and will give you great results. Now this is one of the houses in the ephemera pack, and that's the grey that I am going for. When you see the boxes on their own, covered in grey, it looks super grey and really dark. However, once you put the ephemera on top, it's going to completely change the look. Now for the dividers I went with white paint, and I'm going to cover up also the sides with white paint as well. I'm not going to show you the whole process of painting the box, so let's move on to the fun stuff and let's start decorating. So here is how it looks at the moment. All the grey boxes are colored only at the front, and you can see the dividers are colored in white. So let's start doing some splatters. This is going to read as snow when the project is finished, and you can definitely do this step at the end after you stick everything down. For that I'm using my calligraphy white ink. This is by Winsor and Newton. I find that it stays nice and bright, but you can definitely do this step by diluting white paint. I just found it super handy to just put in that little jar my brush and add the splatters without having to dilute anything. I'm also using a brush with very fine bristles. This ensures that I'm going to end up with very small splatters. If you want bigger ones, you can use a bigger brush. And let's move on to the fun part, where I'm going to start decorating all those boxes. For that I will be using the ephemera. This is ephemera from the Classic Christmas collection by Stamperia. The fun part is that these ephemera are stickers, so all you have to do is just peel them off and stick them down. Also, these are going to cut down the time that you need to spend on creating this advent calendar, since you don't need to do any fuzzy cutting from pattern papers. So here I'm going to spend some time auditioning all the different elements that I have in different boxes, trying to decide where everything is going to go, and once I'm happy with that, I can just peel off the stickers and stick them down. I'm going to show you the process. Now some of the ephemera are quite big, so I will need to cut them down, and some of them are really huge, like the Santa head and the door, so I'm not going to use them at all. Also, if you don't want to go with traditional colors, like here with reds and greens, you can definitely choose another collection. Stamperia has many different Christmas collections, like with pinks and blues, for example, or more brownish ones, and you can definitely pick those if you like. They all offer ephemera packs that you can play with to decorate the front of your boxes. And I'm leaving the video rolling so you can see how I play with the different ephemera in the pack and how I create little clusters so that I can later stick them down. The Santa and the door are really huge. I'm not going to use them from the ephemera pack, but I still need to decorate a few extra boxes, so I'm going to decide which ones I'm going to cut out. I am using here the 6x6 paper pad from the same collection. There are many other elements that you can cut out, like for example these tags that you can cover up completely some of the doors or those circles. I decided, however, to go with the cat and the house on the last page, which I'm going to fuzzy cut, and these are the only elements that I'm going to fuzzy cut for this project. As I mentioned in the beginning, I try to make sure that the whole process is not very time consuming and you can put together this project in one evening. And let's start with the first box. Here is where I want to use the house from the ephemera pack. However, you see if I stick it as it is, it's going to cover up the gap that there is on the box for your fingers. So I'm just going to stick it on the side and I will cut off the excess. Don't throw away the excess, I'm going to use it on another box on the other side. Now I like that I don't cover up the whole front with the ephemera. I want to have some blank space, which I'm going to use later on to stick the numbers of the advent calendar on top. So here I'm using my scissors to cut off the excess, and of course don't throw away this half of the house, I'm going to use it on another drawer on the other side. If you like, you can use a sanding block on the edges, and this is going to give a lovely finished look. And then finally, to bring all the elements together, the box and the image that I stick on top, I'm going to bring in my white acrylic paint. And with a sponge dabber, I'm going to dab all around the bottom of the box. This is going to give the look and feel of snow at the bottom, and it's going to give a lovely fade out look on the grey that we have at the background. And I will repeat the same technique on all the boxes. So here it is finished. And that's the space that I have to stick the number later on. Let's move on another box and you will see that I will repeat the exact same process again and again. So here I'm going to peel off the big Christmas tree, I'm going to stick it down, chop off the excess, and then again add some snow at the bottom with my sponge dabber. I'm going to put on some music and let you see how I decorated some of the boxes, and I'll catch you back in a bit. Now for this one is where I'm going to grab my Rub-ons, and I wanted to have a pole where this mailbox is standing on. That's why I'm going to bring in the Rub-ons here. Again, these are from the same collection, and I'm going to use this red and white one. It is really important for me to use products from the same collection because I know that everything is matched together for me and I don't have to look through my stash for the perfect red or the perfect green, etc. Now this is definitely a very small detail, but sometimes beauty is in the details, so I like doing things like that. And of course I went ahead and added snow at the bottom of that box as well. Now for some of the boxes I'm just going to use flowers, flower compositions that I put together. Again, everything from the Ephemera pack. And always peeling off the sticker, cutting off the excess and adding snow at the bottom. It is really important for all those boxes to have the same look and feel, to have consistency, so they look as part of the same project. So here's another box with the boot. I am going to make sure that it fits as much as possible inside. Again, I did chop off the excess, added the snow at the bottom. Now for some of the boxes, I'm just going to use Rub-ons, just because I was out of elements from the Ephemera pack. So here I'm just going to go very simply by using Christmas greetings. Again, remember, this is not going to stay as it is. We are going to add the numbers later on. So here again I'm going to use the long strip of the red and white one, as well as some of those leaves, and I'm going to create a little composition on top of this long box. From this Rub-on pack I also used the bunny. There is also a little bird on a wreath. There is also a bunny on top of a sled, which is super adorable. I did use all those images on some of the boxes. I also finished the whole pack of Ephemera. The only leftovers are the big Santa head and the door, and this is the only two images that I fuzzy cut from the 6x6 paper pad. And before you see the whole thing all together, let's take a look on how I created the numbers. Now you can use any number dies that you have at home, or you can buy sticker numbers. However, since I had those dies, I decided to use those, and you can use cardstock, colored cardstock to cut them out, or even you can use pattern paper from the same paper pad collection, so it matches lovely with the rest of the color theme. However, I decided to use something different. This is fun foam. It is foam and it has glitter on top that it doesn't come off on your fingers, so it is going to add that extra touch of shine on a Christmas project. Now, to make it really easy for me, I decided to turn this foam into a sticker. So I'm going to cut off the part that I need, and at the back I'm going to cover it up with double-sided tape. This way, when I run the numbers with the foam through my die cutting machine, it's going to turn them into stickers, and all I can do is just peel off the number and stick it on my project. Added bonus, the numbers are shiny, plus they are dimensional. And I'm not going to lie, cutting out all the numbers and sticking them on each and every one of the doors was the most time-consuming process of the whole project. So here is the finished project, the Advent calendar in all its glory. I'm absolutely in love with this project. I love the images, I love the color combination, I absolutely love the snowy look and feel that it has. I was planning to gift this, but I'm so in love with it, I'm going to keep it for myself and create a second one to give it as a gift. If you did enjoy this video, let me know in the comments below. There is a second variation of this advent calendar in a completely different format that is coming home, and I'm going to decorate it. If you did enjoy this video, I'm going to make sure to film that process as well. Down below in the description you will also find a full list of all the supplies that I used and some suggestions on where you can get them. I hope that you had fun today, that you got inspired. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.